Good morning friends. Today in this video we are going to see something about internet, a global networking, which we have already gone through with many of the parts like internet service provider, like URL, like internet, WAN, LAN and many such more. Now we will conclude the next part of the video, that is the internet, a global network part 2, which will be starting with the World Wide Web. We all know this World Wide Web is just a, it's nothing but a place where many pages are there, and all these pages are actually working with us, so that it looks like that we are getting some files from elsewhere. Now the World Wide Web, commonly known as a web. So the web, it is basically right now known, and is a collection of interconnected pages. Now the various pages are connected with links. We all know that now there are many pages, there are many web pages available. Now all these web pages are interconnected with each other with the help of their links. Now World Wide Web is based on a client server architecture. Now what is a client server architecture? It's very simple. Now like, see, when you are sharing, or when you are when your laptop when you are using your laptop, or when you are trying to open a web page from a laptop, you are actually requesting the server to send that page to your laptop. So in that case, the server becomes the World Wide Web, and it is the place from where you are getting the data. So it's your server and your laptop is your client. So it is actually a server client architecture. Okay. Now the next part is web server. Now we are going to communicate about the web server. Now what is a web server? Web server is nothing but a web server is a computer that stores the web pages and processes the request made by the client. Just now I was telling that if you are a laptop user and you want some pages to be opened, what you will do, you will at first click on that particular web page to open that page. Now you becomes client, and you are requesting to the server to give that page so that you can open. Now that server is the only person who gets your request, and if it is verified that you are a valid client, then it will send you the necessary file that you are actually requesting for. So when a web server receives a request, it gives back the document after verifying. So after it verifies, it just gives back the document to you which you were actually asking for. So when you are asking for a web page like google.com or amazon.com or a flipkart.com, what you are doing actually, you are asking for a request that I want that page. Now if your server is happy to give you, or if your server knows that you are a valid customer or you are the valid client, then it will provide the pages to you only. Now you can see from the picture also, it's asking for the request, and when the request is okay, it's responding to the laptop. So you can see that this is your server and this is your laptop. So through internet this thing is done. Okay. Now we are coming to the next part, that is the web browsers. This is a common term, we all know, we have already gone through this web browser part. Now we can see that a web browser is a software that lets you access and navigate the World Wide Web. It is also known as web client. Some examples of web browsers are shown, like over here you can see there are some web browsers available like Opera, Google Chrome, which is very common and you people use this in your laptops as well as in your mobile also. Safari is also a common web browser available. Mozilla Firefox is also one of the common, as like Google Chrome. Internet Explorer was common once upon a time, now little bit backward. So a new element has been came from Microsoft, that is Microsoft Edge. Nowadays Edge is also going well. I'm sorry. Now you can see actually a browser is also called as a web client. Okay, a browser's other name is a web client. Okay. Now we are coming to the next part, this web page. What exactly a web page is and how it is being used for. It's a very simple thing. A page that makes up the World Wide Web are known as web pages. A web page is created by a language known as HTML. The full form of HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. Okay. Now this web page is nothing but the page that you get when you open the address. When you type the address and press enter, the page comes in front of you is actually the website. Sorry, web page. That actually is a web page. So whenever I am typing like google.com, the page that is coming in front of me is actually the page that I was looking for. Okay, so in this way you can see that many web pages can be used, and we all know these web pages are stored into the World Wide Web. There are millions and millions of web pages available, and all these pages are interconnected with their links. So that makes a World Wide Web. Previously already I have told you. Now when I was talking about the different web pages are combined together to form a World Wide Web, at that time I was not explaining about web page. Now you can see that I am explaining about web page. Now web page is something which is very informative, and we get the information from the web page regularly. Now we are coming to the next part of your chapter, that is website. So this website is also one of the biggest common term we used to see in many places. A website is a location on the web server. So it is always, you always remember that a website is nothing but a location in a web server. Website is a collection of related pages linked to one another. You can see when many different pages are linked with one another, it becomes a website. Means suppose I am making a website of Amazon. So whatever pages you will get from Amazon only, all will be coming together as a website. So home page is the first page of a website. So whenever we are using a website, whenever we are trying to open a website, the first page that we are getting is actually the home page. You can see the example over here as a address of a website. You will not understand about, because there are many links, many things are there, like our CBSE's website. You have seen that World Wide Web, www.cbse.nic.in. when we press enter, we see a website opens with many types of links available. If you click on the link, you will get to throw in another page, and in that way, if you there are many links in that page also. If you click on that link, it will be turned you to another page. So in this way, all these pages are of CBSE's only. So CBSE is using all those pages for your information purpose. So all these pages comes together to form a website. Okay. Now we are coming to the next part, that is URL, Uniform Resource Locator. This is very simple. You can see the URL is the address of the web page or any other resources of the World Wide Web. You can see that http:// then World Wide Web means www.internet.com. This entirely is an example of URL. So you can see that URL contains everything: the protocol name HTTP, the server name www, the page that I was actually looking for, means the site that I am actually looking for, and then .com. When I will press this entire thing and press enter, I will be taken to the website's first page, that is the home page. Now we are coming to the next part, that is cloud storage. A very important thing is important right now topic is cloud storage. It is one of the evolving technology we have got in last 5 years. A cloud storage is a service model in which data is maintained, managed and backed up remotely and made available to users over internet. So you can see we can store our data into this web cloud storage, where we can put our data, like you can see from the figure in the image only, that we can upload our videos, music, documents, files, contacts, pictures, and share those things to anybody. So all these things can be done in a particular storage place which is not there in my computer or in my laptop or in my phone. All the things are there in a particular place of a particular company, like our Google drives. When we may open our Google account, automatically we get a drive of 15 GB. Now in that drive we can store our necessary documents, data, everything in that particular place. Now whenever it is required, from there we can easily access the data from anywhere, anytime. So this is a very nice technology came, because it is very easy for us to store the data in a storage place, and from there we can easily download these things. Okay. So after this we will be talking about a very nice thing, that is important thing, which is known as Google Drive. We will learn to access a Google Drive. At first, in the web browser we will write www.drive.google.com, and it will take you to this page. Okay. Now in this page, what you will do, you will write the email ID over here. Now see, suppose I am writing the email ID, like my email ID, sen.sourish. Now I am clicking on this next button. Now it will ask for a password. Now I will be giving my password over here. Now I will click on this next. When I will click on this next, I have been taken to a place. This is called a drive. Now in this drive we can store any of my files that I want. Now how will I store that? I will click on this new button. Okay. So if I want to store over anything, I will click on this new button. So I am clicking on this new button, and you will get many options: a folder, file upload, folder upload, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms, and many more. So there are so many things that you can upload into this drive. You can think that this drive is a place where you can store your files, like in our memory chip in a mobile phone we can store data. This is also a place where we can store the data, but it is not located in your local places. It is located in somewhere down to the server, World Wide Web. Okay. Now we'll click on this. Suppose from here I will only show you file upload options. Okay. So let us click on this file upload options. When I will get the file upload options, suppose I want to share this new text document file. Okay. This is there which I want to store. Now from here you will browse. Now this is a place where I directly came. If I don't want to if I don't want to share any file from this particular place, I can also use the any other from here, any other drive anywhere that I want from here, and then I can choose a particular file. So now suppose I am choosing this new text document.txt. Okay. So I am clicking on this and I am clicking on open. So when I am clicking on open, you can see uploading one item is showing, and new text document has been uploaded properly. Now I will close the message, and I will check whether it has been uploaded properly or not. So there are many files over here which I actually required. So I have kept so many files over here. Just a thing. Now I am actually checking this one. See, new text document. This file I have uploaded just now. Now suppose I want to share this file to you, a person, and that person can access this file. So how to do that? We can right click on this, and from here we can click on this share option. Okay. Now once I will click on this share option, you can see it is showing me a particular place where I can give the email ID. So over here I can give an email ID, or from here, once you click on any of the name, it will be showing you the address. Now see, this is the owner. Now from here, suppose I am writing S. Without writing, see, it is providing us the link that I am having actually. Now from here I am writing, I am sharing anybody like Amit, like that, Amit abc@gmail.com. So if I write this, see, Amit ABC like this, it's asking, that means this is a valid email ID. that is why it is showing like that. And now after this I can click done to share my file, or I am having another option which Google provides right now. Without your email ID, if you don't know the email ID in that manner of everybody, then you can do one thing. You can make a link from here. You can click on this get link, and now from here you can choose the option. See, once I click it, it is saying that it is already making a link. Now I will copy the link and then I will just put that link into a particular place. Suppose I am sharing this file with WhatsApp, I will just copy this link into the WhatsApp, and then the link will be going, and the person who will open this link will get access to my file in the Google Drive. Okay, so I think without this, I think email ID will be the better option, because through this it will be more convenient and the data will be more secured. Okay, so this is all about your sharing of files in the Google Drive. I hope this video will help you a lot. Now watch this video properly, and if you have any problem or anything you want to ask, you can ask it directly to me. Okay, thank you very much and have a nice day.